Yeah, what's up, guys? Welcome to my YouTube channel. Today, I'm going to be showing you my trade review and how it plays out. I took trades last week and they play out well. I'm going to be showing you the ones that play out, almost all play out well. There are some I didn't take, and I took some trades which play out well, even the one I didn't take. So let's move to my chart. Yeah, this is GBPUSD. Let's head to GBPUSD chart. This is GBPUSD 4-hour time frame. So I'm going to go to the lower time frame so that you can see the trades I took, because I take trades off the 15-minute time frame. As you can see, those are the trades I took this week, but not all. Some I just anticipate and to see how it plays out, and it plays out well. So let's start from the first one. Like this first one, I didn't take this trade, but it plays out how I wanted it to play. As you can see, the market is an uptrend from the 4-hour time frame. Market is making highs. It's making highs, and from this 4-hour time frame, as you can see, created high, and now at this point it refused to make a new high, but instead it went to make equal highs. And as long as price still stays above this line, this line I drew here, I was still looking for bullish setups. So that was why I anticipated that when price come to this zone, I'm still going to look for long, because price might still buy to the upside until I see a break of this structure. Even a break of that line, that zone, I still look for buy, because this is my daily zone, the blue line here, which is my daily zone. This is where I would have want price to break, retest, before I start looking for short. But as long as price still stay above this blue line, this is my daily zone, daily resistance slash support, I'm still looking for buys. So at this point, when price came back to this orange line, I went down to my lower time frame. As you can see, this is the 1-hour time frame. When I came back to my 1-hour time, when I came down to my 1-hour time frame, this was what price was doing. Price created this candle, this first candle with rejection below. This first candle, this bearish candle, and it rejected that line, that zone. After rejecting the zone, price create another bullish candle, just like a pin bar, or what will I call it, rejecting that zone again. Price has already rejected the zone again for the third time and started to go up. Then I switched to my lower time frame. As you can see from the lower time frame, here is it. As you can see from this lower time frame, what I did now was to wait for break of structure to enter on this trade. As you can see from this lower time frame, there's a little structure here. There's a little structure here at this area. There's structure at this area, as you can see. So I wait for price to break above Normally I was waiting for price to break and retest, but with the look of it, I saw that price is not going to come back. That was why I anticipated buy on this, and I put my entry in here, my stop below the zone, and targets 2R on this one. And unfortunately I didn't take this trade, but it plays out well according to how I was anticipating. So let's go back to my 4 hours to look at the second trade and what made me took. I think I took the second trade. I think so. I took that second. I think so. Well, this is it. So at this time, as you can see, at that time I was anticipating if price gets to this zone, this yellow line right here, if price gets to this yellow line right here, this is the line, this yellow zone, I'm going for shorts. That's what I was anticipating. And from what I saw was it was a head and shoulder pattern. What I saw was a head and shoulder pattern, which made me take that trade. And I drew a trend line, I think from somewhere here. As you can see, price broke that. As you can see the trend line, price broke that trend line, came back to retest it, and also retested my orange zone. That was what made me look for sales. It tested my orange zone. So at that point I went down to the lower time frame. After retesting that zone, I went down to the lower time frame to look for my entry. So as you can see from here, I drew a zone, a little zone where price, if price breaks structure, I'm going to go in. I was anticipating break and retest, but with the momentum I saw, immediately I started hoping in. I started hoping in on that position, and straight up it went into profit straight to my TP. Initially I was targeting this yellow line, but when price reached that yellow line, I closed partial profit and allowed the rest run. So this is where I now close the rest of the position, as you can see where my TP is. That was where I closed the rest of the position. So the second trade, I didn't take this trade. Well, I anticipated that price will go long from there because price has come to hit my daily zone, as you can see, and start rejecting. It rejected it with a full momentum, bullish momentum. So I anticipated that if I had go long here, I would have made profit. So I didn't enter any position, but I just anticipated that price is going to go long from that point. And this is, as you can see, price went into some profit if I had entered the position and start consolidating. So at this point in time, at that consolidation, I now see there is a pattern I noticed here. I don't know how to describe it, but I just noticed that that's a bullish pattern. I've spotted it so many times in the forex market and forex chart so many times. So I noticed that this is a bullish pattern. So what I was now waiting for is let price come back to this blue line, this blue zone, this daily level I marked, this blue zone. I was just waiting for price to come back, and fortunately, price came back to the zone, and I now look for my structure. wait for a break and retest. Immediately the retest of that structure, I started going in for a buy. I think I entered that trade off the 15-minute time frame, the 5-minute time frame. I think so. I entered that trade off the 5-minute time frame. Where is it? I entered that trade off the 5-minute time frame. I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. As you can see, at the retest, immediately I started going in, and I went in, and that was my target, the previous high, and immediately price get to my target. I exited all positions, and as you can see, price pull back a little bit and poof, shoot up to the moon. So that was it. I also anticipated a short in this area, but I was like, price is now bullish. As you can see, this area where price came back, and I was like, it's now bullish, so I'm not supposed to be shorting at this time. So I was now waiting for price to break this zone, come back and retest. Let me look for long, but at that point I didn't see any setup. So the next trade I took was this place. I took this trade because at this point price has already come back to this zone, this daily zone. Price has already came back to this blue line right here. As you can see, this blue line, it didn't touch it, but at least it's a zone. It's a zone, but I just use a line. It's a zone. It came back to that zone and started pulling down. So at this point, when it came down, it broke this other zone, this orange zone, came back to retest it. So when it came back to retest this place, I was like, yeah, this is the time to enter this trade, because it broke this structure and came back to retest. So I went short on this one. I entered this trade off the 15-minute time frame. I entered this trade off the 15-minute time frame. Off 15-minute time frame. Yeah. As you can see, that after that bearish candle, though it looks somehow, but I entered the trade after this bearish candle. And it created another bearish candle, went up close to my stop loss and started consolidating. Lo and behold, it was an event that happened, and it spiked down and wicked up straight to my TP. But could you believe my TP was not triggered because of the volatility in the market? So I have to go and close manually, and I ended up closing at this point. At that time I closed at this point. So market now pushed up and now pull down again. So by then I was already out of the market. And this other one, I didn't take the trade, but I was anticipating, okay, since price has give these rejections, I can still go short from here. But I didn't enter the trade, but I now anticipated that price might still go short, and as you can see, price still went down to this zone. If I had entered the trade, I would have exited it here, and immediately price get back to this zone. As you can see, price went up again. So just trading off zones, support and resistance. This trade, I never took this trade because price didn't really get to my zone. I just even adjusted this before my zone was somewhere here, so I was waiting for it to, but I have to look and see. It's like price came back the first time, push up, came back again and started moving up, and I have to adjust it and see that there is a zone right here. So I was anticipating that if I had take this trade, it would have been a winner for me. So this is how I do my things now. I don't rush into the thing and rush to take trades. Rather, I just anticipate how I was supposed to take a trade and to see what is going to happen in the market, how it's going to play out, just to test my strategy. So as you can see, there was no loss in all the trade I anticipated and all the trade I took. There was no loss. So far, I can say this strategy is 100%. It's 100% so far from the few trades I've taken. But I can't say it's 100%, but from the few trades I've taken, this strategy is 100% profitable. As you can see, this one, if I had taken the trade and leave it after the consolidation, it would have still hit my TP and even given me more gains. So all the trades were winners. So the strategy is 100% profitable for now. Next week we go again. I still continue testing my strategy. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. Peace.